Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call this special meeting for Community Services to order at 12:30 p.m. As we gather this afternoon, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this committee and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Has roll call been taken?
Yes, Mr. Chair, roll has been taken.
Thank you. Do we have quorum?
Yeah, no, you're...
1, 2. I think so, yes. With Jad. No. The warden.
Warden Roberts. Okay, I'll get the warden's dial in. Nope.
Well, there's 4 of us, so we do have quorum.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, right? 3, 4. 4, 5. Yeah, you're good. Councillor DJ's not.
Oh,
No.
she's not
No,
our
that's right.
but she can still stay. 'Cause
Yeah.
we like
Yeah.
her.
That's right. I'm sitting looking at
So-
I only know that because I asked the question for the last meeting.
But I stay.
Thank you, Jackie.
Someone's looking after my dad.
So are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof? Seeing none, then I would turn it over to Director Lapine for the Community Services Department report.
Good afternoon, members of Community Services, and welcome. My report begins on page 3 of your electronic package, and we have one item. It's a resolution, and it's called the new child care supervisor position. Chair, may I read the resolution?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. So the recommendation is that the Community Services Committee recommend to County Council that a contract child care supervisor be hired in Group 7 of the salary range, which is $70,758 to $80,748, and further that 100% of the funding for the position be from the Canada-wide Early Learning and Child Care funding. Would you like me to read the background?
Maybe I'll get a mover and seconder just to put it on the floor. Moved by Councillor Grill, seconded by Councillor Aguirre. Yes, please go ahead with the background.
Thank you. Through you, Chair, to committee, this is a really good news item that I'd like to bring forward. So this position will support the implementation of the new Canada-wide Early Learning and Child Care Plan, which is funded through the province at a rate of 100%. Program implementation is short, and anticipated changes reflecting the new guidelines will be complex and broad. You'll see attached is a communication that outlines the implementation of the Canada-wide Early Learning and Child Care Plan between the Province of Ontario and the Government of Canada. And it gives us indication of the allocation that we will be receiving. So you can see that we'll be receiving fee reduction amount of $2,5655,000, workforce compensation of $208,024, administration of $122,943, with a total of funding in the amount of $2,881,622. So this is really the rollout that we have ahead of us for this new program, which is coined in media as the $10 a day daycare, which, as we have heard earlier, is going to be rolled out over the next few years. We have a fairly complex plan ahead of us, and if you would allow, Chair, I'd like to maybe ask Manager Judy Mulvihill to speak to the business case that really will support the implementation of this program. Thank you.
Yes, Judy, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, members of committee.
So when we started to digest all of the work that needed to be done, which really started to happen last Thursday, I had a meeting right after committee. We were advised of our allocation. We looked at all of the work that needed to be done. And one of the things I think that's really important is that we need to really digest this work. We need to look at our practices. Thank you. We need to look at our practices that we are presently utilizing to see if they still make sense. And what we don't want to do is use the same roadmap if another roadmap makes more sense to families. We really want to make sure that as this program rolls out in Renfrew County, that families that are most in need of licensed childcare get licensed childcare. So we need to really look and digest what we're doing now. And then along came new funding of $122,000, and it was kind of like, maybe this all kind of makes sense right now. So this is why we're bringing this business case forward to you on very short notice. There is a bit of an urgency because we'd like to get started and hit the ground running as soon as we can. So Chair, through you, if there are questions, I'm quite open to answering them.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mulvihill. Are there any questions? I had one question. I understand this is a contract position. Is there any idea of the term? Will it be 1 year or 3 years?
Thank you, Chair. The hope is that it is at least 1 year. The funding is federal funding, so it does run until March of next year. Yes, at least 1 year.
Thank you very much. And knowing that we anticipate there will be a lot of families wanting to access this more affordable childcare, do we anticipate needing more staff going beyond the 1 year implementation?
If I had a crystal ball, Chair, I would say absolutely. This is only part of the funding. Apparently there is more to come. An expansion of licensed childcare spaces. So I believe this is a big piece of what's coming, but potentially down the road, definitely, I do see the need for enhanced staffing to support the growth.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, I will call a vote. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much. So that concludes our meeting, and I would ask for a mover and a seconder to adjourn, please. Moved by Councillor Giacono, seconded by Councillor Aguirre. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much. We are adjourned.